Hi there, thank you for joining us on World of Art right here on OGTV. My name is Miriam Usman. Every week we bring you the conversation around art to promote our understanding of visual art and its importance in our everyday lives. This program is brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, legal practitioner, Africa's largest private art collector, chairman of Council, Yemisi Shilon Museum of Art, in collaboration with Society of Nigerian Artists. Like you know, the conversation around art is a broad one that includes series of players, from the artists themselves to the market and even art enthusiasts. Today we have one of those enthusiasts on the program today who understands what it means to make impact. He's an household name when it comes to art development in Nigeria, and we are going to be having a conversation on promotion of art in our everyday lives as individuals and as art enthusiasts. I'm being joined by Raphael Okubule. Yeah, I thank you so much for that one. Raphael Okubule is popularly known as Meta Masu. He's a visionary leader, a strategist, and social inventor with over a decade of experience spanning across business, banking, politics, immigration counseling. He has established himself as a bridge builder between culture, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raphael.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Coming on the program today.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it, ma'am.
I usually like to kickstart conversation around art, especially when we have people like you. You have like a very broad experience that cuts across various sectors of life, but we know it started at some point, and before it got to art, how did you know that you wanted to do this? How did you know that you wanted to pursue art? You never went to school to read art or something, but here you are, done so much in the art industry, especially in Nigeria. Let's talk about it.
Yes, I thank you very much for that question, Miriam. I was born into art. A lot of my family members are artists, both on the performing side and also the digital side, the creative side. My brother is a sculptor. He's late now. His name is Patrick. My other elder brother was part of Festac 77. He was actually the lead actor in Okelangodo during the Festac. And so I've always been surrounded by art. So my best friend is one of the best artists here in Nigeria. So a lot of growing up, we always interacted with art. But for me, what I do today, I believe is a calling of sorts. Even before the advent of Afrobeat taking off, we saw that Africa was going to start rising and beginning to sort of tap into the cultural power that comes from art, from the arts, I should say. And I was part of that revolution, right from the advent of P Square, all the rest of the guys like Olamide and Whiskey. We always knew.
You've been in the game for so long.
Yes, I have been.
That is amazing.
Yes.
For those who are just joining us on the program, our guest is an art enthusiast, and he's had a decade of experience across various forms of life. But most importantly for the program today, he's a founder and CEO of Art Awakening Forum, a pan-African movement and celebrating contemporary African art platform. Now, that's one of the conversation we're going to be driving.
Right.
Art Awakening Forum. Yes. Let's talk about what Art Awakening Forum is. You're the founder of that, and you've done so much with this platform.
Yes, I have.
Let's talk about it.
Art Awakening for me was a calling. It came to me after my first stint in Nigeria, when, based on my research, I saw that this was back in 2008. Afrobeat was just starting to take off. And, you know, like in all other parts of culture, especially arts being an expressive medium, we understood that once the performing side of art took off, all of the other supporting type of art, textile, fashion, filming, was just follow, theater. So because of that, the calling came to me that for us to be able to harness the power of art to really benefit our people, we must begin to look inward and begin to create our own ecosystem. That was what informed us to begin to convene as art enthusiasts, art historians, curators, artists, collectors. All of them belong in the Art Awakening Forum. And because we all converge like that, we're able to see the multidisciplinary nature of art and the multifaceted nature of art itself, so that this has been very, very enriching for us. So today we are really happy about our progress, how far we've gone, the milestones we've achieved in the 2+ years that we have been founded, or that we convene compared to most other organizations in the creative sector. We are here to make change.
First of all, I'm going to say congratulations to all of the milestones you've achieved so far as a platform. I mean, I went through some of the activities you've done. I'm seeing the watercolor masterclass, the NFT masterclass, the Digital Empowerment Conference and Awards. And you know, when we talk about art, people just think it's all about just the painting, the textile itself, or even the theater part of it. It is over time we're beginning to understand that, you know, we can make money out of art. We can build an economy rather out of art, and that's where people like you come in to help in the development of this. But sadly, we still have artists in Nigeria who do not understand that part in this sector. So let's talk about that and how you come in.
Well, when it comes to art and where we are, I'm really glad for this present government that we have, in the sense that they really put a spotlight into creating modalities for developing the creative economy. And owing to that, a lot of initiatives has come up that is allowing and empowering artists to really tap into their craft. And, you know, and we could have come into the industry at a better time, in the sense that the present administration is trying to, all they can, to really encourage artists. But we want to take it a step further, in the sense that a lot of times artists learn the craft, they know the craft, but they don't know the livelihood of the craft, how to make business out of the craft, how to market themselves. A lot of artists who are just fresh up and coming don't even know their audience. So this is where we come in. We want to be able to empower artists. We want them to be able to maximize their potential and be kind of useful to the economy or to the creative economy. We want the creative economy to be one of the biggest money spinners for the country. I believe culture could be more profitable than oil. Yes, it can be more profitable than oil, only if the government is willing to help. But organizations such as mine, we're so passionate about encouraging artists. We are putting all manner of effort forward in order for artists to draw near, so we can come together and co-create and begin to create those ecosystems, and also create a type of collector culture that is conducive to creating art ecosystems within the
walk us through any of your project that has featured all of this and, you know, bring these objectives into reality. I mean, I saw some part in the profile that says you did an impact program that you reached out to over 500 artists.
Yes.
How were you able to achieve that, and what was it like?
Well, we convened in March of 2023, I believe. The way we came out dashing out of the box. We wanted to, we're a blueprint organization, we're a learning organization, we're a very nimble organization. The crop of people that work with me, that we work together, are very fired up about what they do. So we try our best to try and always put our best foot forward. So when we came out, the way we were able to quickly achieve those milestones was because we were not afraid to fail. So our mantra was fail fast, fail forward, so that we were not afraid of failure. The cumulative of our failure at the end was success. So what we did was we set up a base based on my business association with a childhood friend of mine who was a tutor, instructor at the Ogwashuku Poly. And we did our first event, and that was the watercolor event. That pulled in close to 100 participants, both freelancers, students, and all manner of people from the workforce. And then 2 weeks after, so we were planning all these activities at the same time. 2 weeks after, we flew the first digitally themed event in Nigeria, NFT event at the University of Uyo. That was a phenomenal success as well.
Wow.
That brought in close to another 100 participants. And most of the academic staff there, it was an eye-opener for them. And because we wanted to champion digital art in Nigeria, so we were so passionate about that project. And ever since, they've been asking us to come back. But between that last year and now, we've been doing a little bit of housekeeping. So we've not really had time to really reach out to folks too much. So now back to the matter, we decided, okay, we want to really kick this up a notch. So what we did was we collaborated with the Yaba College of Technology, World Better School, to host a type of digital empowerment conference and award than Yaba Tech. It has the arts and technology.
Yeah, it does.
And the event, DECA, was a kind of convergence between technology and art. So we formed a live partnership with Yaba Tech with that event. And for that event, we had a little over 200. So the cumulative of all of the people who have benefited from the skills we've been teaching and the strategies we've created is a little bit over 500 when you do a cumulative of all of our events up till now. So right now we are trying to look inward, trying to recalibrate. We've done a lot of housekeeping, we fortified our foundation. Now we're trying to really reposition ourselves, create some visibility for ourselves, so that right now we're partnering with both Federal College of Education Technical, ACOCA, as well as the University of Lagos. Next week, that's October 17, we have a focus group initiative that's comprised of 7 tertiary institutions in the western parts of this country. So we're expecting another 100 to 120 students to be part of that focus group discussion, where we try to co-create with students ages 18 to 35 across the pocket of the country that we have earmarked. And then on the 18th, we also have the roundtable talk with a lot of art leaders from the community. So we're expecting about 50 to 70 art leaders in the Lagos Ogun area who are going to be there at Unilag. Omoba Yemisi Shilon is scheduled to be the chairman of the said roundtable. We want to discuss how we can start creating art ecosystems within the country, how we can start to create a peer-to-peer platform where every Nigerian has the opportunity to really invest into art and develop the markets. It's a very lofty ideal. We're very fired up about it. We're very excited about it. It is yet to be seen what these 2 events are going to bring, but again, it's a win-win situation, both for our organization as well as for the country as a whole.
Well, this sounds very exciting.
It is exciting.
It looks very rich.
Yes, thank you.
I'm not even an artist, but I can feel the enthusiasm in it.
Yes.
But you know, one of the major problems we have in this part of the country is access to information. And you know what information can do to anybody or a society like us.
Absolutely.
And when we're talking about information, artists are also not left out.
Yes.
But sometimes it feels like the information doesn't circulate very well like it should, and that's why you have some people aware of it and some people are not aware of this information.
Yes.
And you know, they like to describe the arts sector as a talent industry and not really about going to school. But over the years we've also seen that it's more than talent. People can learn art. Now, for instance, we have someone watching and want to participate in this initiative and plans that you have for artists. How can one tap into it, have this access to your forum? And you mentioned before now that you've been able to reach out. How do you do your selection process? How do you reach out to these artists and ensure that the people who truly deserve these initiatives are the ones benefiting from it?
So thank you very much for that question. It's really very important to us. So what we've done so far, because we're a very young organization and we wanted to get it right from the beginning. So what we had done was we wanted to know who our major stakeholders would be for the type of organization that we're trying to create. So what we did was we create a four-pronged approach to stakeholdership, where academia was a major stakeholder, and then on the spectrum we also have civil society, and then we have industry and business on the other side, and then we have governance on the fourth side. So we call it the four pendulum, the government, industry, civil society, and then academia. So those are the four spectrum of membership that we have. So what we did, we have massively implemented on the invitation side, where our members who are present and who know our vision, the vision and the objectives and the mission of our mandate, are able to communicate that through a prospectus that we have, whereby the partially vet would be members to be part of what we are doing. So depending on their knowledge and how fired up they are, with respect to the arts, they become members. And we've used this one strategy to really develop our leadership and also create a membership drive for ourselves. It is only recently that, based on the number of participants in all of the events that we've had, they also by extension are members. But in terms of being part of what we do, the strategy has always been, it's still work in progress in the sense that we're a young organization.
Yeah.
Our outreach program is just, the plan is there, it's robust. We're going to have campus ambassadors, we're going to engage business partners, we're going to have patrons in every sector and civil society, and we are going to be part of advocacy in government, where we put up white papers as to where this new creative economy is going for us. And as such, that's just what we're trying to do. But in terms of finding us, our websites, because of, as part of our in-house housekeeping, where we try to fortify our foundation. So what we've done is we've kind of taken down our website. We want a better, robust website for ourselves, a more website that is befitting of our mandate. We want to be champion of digital art. We want to increase the socio-economic and cultural value of African art, contemporary African art, especially its viability, its visibility, and its value, all rolled into one. We want to be able to increase that for our people. And also want to create instances for our artists not to die in penury. We want to be able to create such robust ecosystem whereby it is self-fulfilling, it is sustainable, whereby we want to have various online art marketplaces that's both digital and physical, and also have a peer-to-peer platform where even the Okada man, the market trader, would have an appreciation for art and be able to contribute their 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira and still be able to make profit from the arts in Nigeria. We want to create such platform for our artists.
I'm going to ask, maybe you can also share contact person's details.
Yes, of course.
For those watching who would also want to reach out to.
So primarily right now, I do not want to give the website now because that's under construction. But in terms of phone number to call would be to call Madam Florence Onoche, who is the coordinator, or Dr. Ikmusa, who is a kind of program manager. The number is 070 7675 79 and 78. So 070 7675 7978.
All right, for those who are just watching us, we're still taking a conversation down promotion of art, as we're being joined by a very powerful art enthusiast, the CEO for Art Awakening Forum. Now, you mentioned promoting the art culture in our society, and that's where your organization comes in terms of the development of this sector. But it could be a whole lot, especially when it's still this conversation around building an art culture around us as a society is still dragging. You go to some part of this country, some people do not value art, some do. It's a conversation that is never stopping. And for an organization that wants to look at the development of art in Nigeria, for instance, and even Africa at large, what are some of the challenges you have encountered in the past years, and how do you see your way out of it?
Well, some of the challenges, we believe this vision we've been given is a type of calling. The initial pushback we had was converting vision into process. How do you create a system out of a vision you've been given when you have limited resources, both human and material? And because of that, we had to be extremely creative in the way we run the organization. Case in question was when you asked me, how do we reach out to people? How can people find us? There is a lot of money that goes into marketing these types of ideas. There is a lot of time and effort needed to craft strategic documents that really speaks to the vision or the mandate that you've been given. So these are some of the pushback. And also for the 2 years, we've never had any funding. Most of the funding for the organization has been in-house. We believe by the time we set up shop and we are able to really position ourselves and present our unique value proposition to the industry, I think we should have enough to be able to carry out this social enterprise. So just so you know, this organization has both an NGO component to it and a for-profit component to it. So there's a lot of streams of income. So our plan is to be able to really monetize on the for-profit side and use that extra funds that we have for artist welfare. So when I say artist welfare, we're talking about art management, artist management, or artist representation. You think about it, for performing artists, they have managers. But for most creative artists, they don't even have managers.
They don't, and you know,
so if we provide that for them and we teach them the business of art and we create the ecosystem and the marketplaces where they can thrive, then it becomes a sustainable type of goal for us.
Honestly, I think this platform, the Art Awakening Forum, is a very interesting one that will be very helpful to the artists themselves and the society on a broader level. Because we've seen a couple of times where these artists are either exploited by collectors.
Exactly.
Even people who are even buying them directly do not understand the value. It takes sometimes for an artist's work to be exported to another country to actually understand how big this can be. It's a problem, but you know, with your initiative.
So, exactly. So that's what we're trying to do. And another thing why, see the structure, the marketplace that has been created thus far, and this is one thing that made us start. We've not really been ever given the time or the chance to tell our stories, so that most of the system, the art ecosystem that operates around the world, are created by external players. So for the first time in a long time, we are beginning to look inward and see instances where we are able to now start creating our own systems where there is collector education. We try to create a collector culture and also create a marketplace culture. And we don't stop there. We also want to create a type of bridge for people to be able to tap into the global marketplace. I'll give you an example. My last research shows that contemporary African art, the market share of contemporary African art around the world is only about 1.5% of the market value. That's a shame. We are a cultural superpower. And it is so depressing to find that we don't even have anything to show for it.
Yeah.
So you see, the world market, the global marketplace for art is worth about $104 billion.
I know the statistics.
And we only have about 144 million
yeah.
in value for contemporary African art. about 1.5% of the market share.
Well, the conversation is just ongoing.
Yes,
It never
I know,
ends.
I know,
And
I know.
we have to really run along
I
now.
know,
On the
yeah,
program, we've
yeah.
had Mr. Raphael Okubule. Did I get your name
You
correctly?
got it correctly.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me,
CEO
Miriam.
of African
I really
Art
appreciate
Awakening
it.
Forum. But I'd like you to wrap up the conversation by, giving out a shout out to the Society of Nigeria,
Yes.
our artists, our
Yes.
sponsor, Prince Yemisi Shilon.
Prince Yemisi Shilon, I really want to thank you. Just this last week, I was at his place. He hosted me. It was so amazing to be around you. Thank you for putting this program together. I shout out to the National Society of Nigerian Artists and also Society of Nigerian Artists, the Lagos and Ogun branch.
Yes.
I think the chairman here is a member of my organization, Dr. Oluwagbemiga. I also want to shout out to the Lagos chairman. I think he's Olojo Kusoko. I met him at an exhibition just about a week ago. The art society, the art community is a very small community. A lot of the SNA members are my members. We all bounce ideas off of each other. I really, really want to take this opportunity to thank you all for all the great works you've been doing, and be on the lookout for our organization.
All
And
right.
we hope to see you at our latest initiative, the IE, the Focus Group Initiative, as well as the Community Roundtable.
All right, that's how far we can bring you on the program today. Look out for Art Awakening Forum. My name is Miriam Usman. This program is brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, legal practitioner, Africa's largest private art collector, grand donor, and chairman of Council, Yemisi Shilon Museum of Art. I'll see you next week, God's willing. Until then, bye for now.
Bye for now. Thank you.